So one of you asked in the comments like how I've been learning and growing myself as a therapist since I graduated from my master's in counseling, and I wrote a paragraph or so explaining the things that I do, but I thought, why not make a video about this? So thank you for the person who commented about that, and here we go. Okay, so the first thing is all the supervision that I get outside of seeing a client. So when you're in practicum, for every 5 clients that you see, you need to have 1 hour of individual supervision or 2 hours of group supervision. Group meaning like 1 supervisor and less than 8 trainee therapists. So you need to have that ratio for the entire practicum year when you're trying to be an MFT, marriage and family therapist. So that's what I did. Now that I'm an associate marriage and family therapist and I'm not a trainee anymore, for every 5 clients, I need to have, on average, 1 hour of individual supervision / 2 hours of group supervision. Basically, it's required that you have supervision. You require that somebody who has a license is overseeing the work that you do with your clients. And there's different types of ways that supervision is held, but in most of the ones that I've had, so I've had 3, 4, 5, 6. I've had 6 different types, 6 different people in individual or group supervision. And some of them are a little bit more structured, i.e. what that means is there's a case presentation, which basically means I come in prepared with what I want to say about a client, and we spend a long time discussing like one client, versus some of them are a little bit looser in the ones that I've been, where it's kind of like, okay, this is group supervision, what is on your mind, what do you want to talk about, and like people just kind of say whatever they want that's like top of mind for them. Yeah, so depending on the supervisor, it kind of depends how those are structured, but overall supervision is meant to support you as a person who's still learning how to figure out what works for you, figure out what's best for the client, ask any type of question that you like. And there's a ton of learning that I do from that. I would say that's like where I consistently learn is in these types of supervision groups. Okay, and then secondly, there is like random trainings that my clinic has, or random trainings that I can sign up for that just like pique my interest. So if I want to, for example, one of the things I want to do is learn more about internal family systems, IFS therapy, which is like a very specific type of therapy. What is wrong with my camera? Don't really know. It's a specific type of therapy, and so I can sign up for a training, get a certification, learn more about how I can incorporate that into my therapy. So there's tons of trainings that are available for therapists. Most of them cost quite a bit of money. There's a lot of retreats too, where you can go somewhere and have an intensive for like a week or a weekend. Yeah, some of them, it's not uncommon for these trainings to be over $1,000, $2,000. And they're definitely things that are like under $100. And so a very wide range of different types of trainings that you can do. For example, right now I'm in the process of doing one with Linda Tai about how our voice is related to our trauma. And I have one that I need to start with about suicide training, suicidality training. So those are 2 that are kind of like things that I'm in the middle of, things that I need to do, that I have already bought or like already set up. So lots of trainings are available. Oh, and then at my clinic, we also do weekly trainings, all focused on Gestalt therapy. So I'm also a part of that. Let's see what else. And then of course there are tons of books. Like I feel like therapists love buying books because for a long time I feel like that was the main form of learning before there were webinars and trainings in this remote world where we can record everything and we can use technology to better like distribute our knowledge. There's a lot of people that wrote all of their therapy styles in books. So books is just like a main source of a lot of different frameworks and things that you can learn as a therapist. So I feel like every trainee I know or every new therapist has bought tons of books that they want to read but just haven't read yet. I definitely am also like that. So there's just, yeah, a lot of books available from people who have started different therapy frameworks, people who, you know, like workshops, I don't know, just stories about people being a therapist. There's just so many books available to therapists. And also like huge gaping holes in what is not available yet, such as decolonizing therapy. There isn't that many books on that topic yet. They're coming out more. I feel like every couple months or so I hear of a new book that's come out that's like kind of on that topic. So I said group supervision, training, books. Oh, and then lastly, I feel like what is super helpful to learn as a therapist for me is just personal development. So this includes journaling, meditating, exercise. Well, let me just say there's personal development that I bucket into like self-care. So things that I do so that I'm not burnt out and I'm not like zoning out when I see a client. There's that. And then I think there's personal development where I'm trying to, I'm a Gestalt therapist and our goal in Gestalt therapy is to expand our awareness. So for me, my goal in personal development, one bucket of personal development is also expanding my awareness, which means just like being a little more intentional. Yes, being intentional with the things that I'm doing in my personal life and also me as a therapist. Just like there are lots of things that we do as humans every day based off what we're used to. And so I journal to kind of like reflect on that. I meditate to ground myself. And what else do I do? Those are the main things. I don't know, meditation is both like self-care and helping me kind of like be more self-aware. So those are also, I think, very, very tied to developing as a therapist, developing myself as a person and making sure that my stuff isn't coming in with my clients is very important to me in my style of therapy. And so I lump that into training and growth and development as a therapist for this job. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I think that's like the main things that most therapists do. Please let me know in the comments if you have other questions or things that you would like me to make a video on, because it really helps me to see what you're interested in and I might make a video on it like this one. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.